Hello everybody and welcome to the third part of this. What do we call this? Blindfold Blitz battle? I'm not sure what the name is, but I do know how it works. It's pretty much a regular banter blitz, except instead of challenging me, which you usually would do, my usual name is Jan, this time you challenge my alter ego, Blind Jan, who is... Oh boy. I didn't just wake up, but it certainly feels like I woke up 8 seconds ago and was put in front of a camera in order to play very tough blindfold games. So, what I was trying to say is, challenge Blind Jan, I will be playing blitz games, blindfolded, not literally, but without seeing the pieces, against Chess24 premium users. And then at the end of, I think, 4 shows of 6 hours total, I shall compare my final rating to the ones of my competitors, Grandmasters Laurent Fressinet and Jose Cuenca Jimenez, who are doing the same thing. I believe I'm currently behind Laurent, but I'm pretty happy with my level of play in the first 2 sessions. So I hope I can live up to that. My rating is something like 2,450, but we started at 2,000. So it takes a while to get it up there. And in order to increase it, I should probably play as strong opponents as possible. I'm not sure I'll 100% stick to it. I might accept different challenge. Anyway, let's have a look at... First of all, I will have the chat open, so you can tell me stuff there. I will not have my little broadcasting tool open. So here, for example, this is not what's supposed to be on screen, because obviously if I had this open, I would be able to see the board. So accidents might happen on this little screen, but if so, tell me in the chat and I'll try to react. I have this view where the pieces cannot be seen. Hopefully. Sorry, Claudia, we have to abort the game. And it's time to accept the first opponent. So let's get going. Yell at me if stuff disappears. I'm never sure about the arrangement. Last time someone, I think correctly mentioned, makes more sense to have the little board without the pieces as the little board and the big one as the one with the pieces. So I switcherooed that around. In order to challenge me, please stick to 5-0. Like 3-0 is very tough, and last time I tried some blindfold flagging, didn't work very well for me. So 5-0 games, please. Here we go. Let's start with our boy. None other than Mr. Friedel. I am black. Please yell at me if stuff does not look correct in the show. The London system, Friedel. Not only am I blinded, you're also trying to hurt my feelings with the London, which, as I've mentioned many times, it's not as bad a system as I used to think. But he switches to, I think it's called the very soft C takes D and knight b5. Ugh, this is gonna be tough blindfold. It's a trick line, which sometimes I play myself, but I know it's not that great. Still, I have to keep track of the position, which will make it tougher. Apart from remembering, I think the line was something like b4, queen b4, c3, dc, and then having a look around. Maybe Friedel just wants to go. Play b3, is that arrow correct? Now I'm starting to mistrust arrows, which is not ideal. I'm reading, Jan, flip the board, since you are white. I'm black. Ah, okay, got it, got it, got it. I'm the board is the wrong way around. Let's see if I can address that. 1 second. We good? I had to cheat, I have to admit, in order to flip the board. So I've seen the position, which, believe it or not, I still had in my head. But it's okay now, yeah? Sorry for all the teething problems. They tend to disappear, like, after the first game. But there. So 96 to stop him from checking here. King C2. I can give a check myself, no? King B2. Maybe as a little compensation, but it can't be that much. I took a fairly healthy pawn. 6 knight f3. Is this smart? Let's see. Felt more obvious to develop the bishop, but I was worried that he would want to go knight d6 and I would have to take either way. So why lose that tempo? And yeah, bishop g3 does not look very challenging. He's covering f2, but now I'm just in great shape. Not sure about castles. It's a little mean towards my pawn structure, of course. But I felt like I should get some pieces out. But maybe that was a little dumb. Isn't f2 still hanging? I'm confused. Once again, I will admit, this is not the prettiest pawn structure mankind has ever seen. But I do have a knight fork on d3, if I have the position right. If not, it will be trouble anyway. And that should give me a pretty serious material advantage. Even though my pawn structure is nicer pawn structures have been seen. So how to do this? Yeah, that's a dumb move. I thought it was dumb because of knight h4, not so much knight d4, but even this might prove me wrong. H4, king g7. Hey, no forks, sir. I can't see anything. Don't fork this up for me. So I have to speed up. Ugh, this is not going well. Too slow, too panicky. Run f-pawn. You have to get this done. Looks completely winning now. But will I have enough time? What's going on? Yeah, that was a bit slow. Still kind of winning, of course, but the time. Hang on, I can take, no? Come on! Resign, sir. That's nice, actually. Thanks for resigning, because I was worried about being able to getting the job done here. Yeah, tough game against Friedel. Faggy is saying, I can't see the pieces. I'm not sure if this is Faggy humor or tech issues. Now that the game is over, I can check the little tool here. Here it looks like it's correct. It's okay, yeah? I'm gonna assume stuff is fine. If not, yeah, I can check the chat once in a while, but also hard to keep an eye on it constantly. So yeah, please let me know if stuff's wrong. I'll continue playing against Mr. Peppy Nikki. And note to self, I have to speed up. Horsey. Pawn. So far so good. Mainstream theory. C6. I will cover my c4 pawn. Bishop e7, not the main move. Castles, castles. Let's see what he does. b6. I'll try to open the position quickly. To me, it's always a bit easier to play sort of open positions in Blindfold as opposed to more pawn structure-y things where I have to worry about the placement of pieces here. It's more of a move-by-move thing, and it feels somewhat easier to me, even though I'm not sure if my position is great or anything. He wants to go c5. Actually, it's fairly solid for black. So far, so mediocre. You can take on f3 and then maybe some bishop d4, after which I feel I have very, very little. Not forced, of course. There's also some queen c7, and I have to watch out for knight g4 ideas a little bit. Let's see what Peppy Nikki comes up with. He does do that. You're not listening to the show, are you, Peppy? That wouldn't be very nice. Okay, it's not exactly rocket science. The problem is I'd like to go rook a1, but bishop b2, bishop h7 doesn't really seem to work for me, so yeah, I guess I should take now, as mentioned. I feel like I have very little. By very little. Actually, it's more nothing than very little. I don't like this actually. Silly me. A5, Peppy Nikki on too strong. I'm not sure about pre-moving. I think Laurent told me that I shouldn't pre-move, or the move, I can't see the opponent's move, something like that. So I don't dare to do it. But it could become a problem later. F8, should I worry about B5? Not sure what should go where, but I will put this rook here and hope good things happen to it, even though it could be very, very misplaced too. Not sure about that one. So I have to be careful about my back rank now. Yeah, rook d8, good move. Can't really exchange because then the back rank gets too weak. So that was a little dumb. But here we are. C8. At least I should try to find a target there. Not sure how much of a target it is. D6. He wants to double here. Yeah, that was. Yeah, don't like my position. I'm trying to bail out, but I'm giving him the c5 square for this d5 square for the knight. So things haven't gone well. I still know where all the pieces are, but if you make bad moves, that doesn't help you that much, unfortunately. Not sure I'm threatening anything drastic over here, but at least maybe we'll scare Pepe. The problem is he might be able to take, and after BC, Queen C5, or let's say check first, King of 8, BC, Queen C5. Not sure I really have anything, but he does get a little scared. And who wouldn't? Goes G6. Problem is I still don't have anything. Ugh. Sad. Okay. Nah, just trying to do damage control over here, but it's not. It's hard to be better here. Hang on my pieces. So we're thinking about rook takes d5, rook b1, which also is not great, but I'm out of great ideas. And ed, I was hoping at queen e7. And who knows which pass pawn is more dangerous? Probably none. Maybe his. I guess I can make a draw with some rook d1 business, but hard to dream of more than that. What to do? Wow. No draw for weak German player. I don't blame him, to be honest. I did miss that move. I thought I was, simplifying. So now it's gonna be an uphill struggle. Okay, time to focus. Hang on, king e3, d2 would be unwise, yeah? I guess king d2, rook c2 was also drawish, but I didn't want to be that nice. Ugh, I'm running out of time here. I'm thinking about all kinds of dumb nonsense. And in the meantime, time is running out. Now I'm panicking, which is also not ideal. Now I no longer know the position. Yeah. No, well deserved. That was just drifting all the way. Yeah, that was a bad game. And yeah, once you are in a time scramble, you have no chance, but also, no, that was just bad all along. I shouldn't even make up any excuses. Well played, Peppy Nikki. Okay, that's a big, big setback in our race. Yeah, can't complain too much. The only thing I can do is beat Bouncer now to bounce back. So I'm sticking to a high rated guys. I think that's the only chance I have in this tough race with Mr. Fressinet. But if I'm going to lose the games, it won't help that much. How are we doing on the board? Can you guys see it? Tech-wise, everything's fine, yeah? Looking at the chat now, but I see no complaints. So I assume it's all good. Other than my play, which was bad last game. Bouncer, you're not here? Looks like no bouncer in the building. Then let's play Mr. E. Mr. E, are you around? Does the board switch according to colors now? One E4. I guess it's all good, yeah? Go E5. Knight C3. The Vienna. Good old 4 knights, bishop b5. What do I do? I don't want knight d4, which could lead to too many exchanges, so I'll play bishop d6. Keep some pieces on the board. So the typical, quote-unquote, fighting choice in this position, bishop d6. You just want to play a game. I don't think h6 is the main move. More common is maybe rook e8 or a6 first, but they're all playable. Generally, black wants rook e8, bishop f8, d6, and have a look around. Wondering if I can go bishop hunting or if that backfires. But it's too tempting. I do like bishops. Ugh. H2, fair enough. Okay, take. I guess he wants to play f4. Not sure how concerned I should be about it. Mildly concerned. Oh no, he wants to take my pawn. Full disclosure, did not see that. Had I seen it, I might still have allowed it, because it looks like I will get quite some initiative. But yeah, no need to sugarcoat it. Did not see it. Knight takes b5. Ugh, I'm a bit out today. Played better the last games. Focus, Jan. Blindfold games is not the time for a spiral of self-loathing. So here we are. The good thing is the position is not so bad. Especially with his knight on h2. Now he's not overly well equipped to do battle in the center. Like I said, even had I seen knight takes b5, I might still have gone for this. But I certainly did not. Take your time, Mr. E. I guess I should just take knight d5 and go back to c3. I have some compensation after knight e3, but nothing spectacular. Maybe knight c3, just bishop b7. Queen f3, that looks risky somehow. Because now, with a8 defended, a takes b5 does become a threat. Knight c3, I have d4, winning a piece. Knight a3, d takes e4, also does not look ideal. So I'm in good shape. Takes on c7, which I guess is kind of desperation. Bishop h6, but with my bishop on f8, you usually don't get checkmated very quickly in these situations. So, not too worried, as they say in France. Wondering how greedy I should get. But you know what? Some restraint. No taking on c2. Let's play this one safe. I already blundered one thing. No need to go too crazy. Queen's on c7. Yeah. Ignore this guy forever. It's too juicy. Okay, the safe boring move would be queen f5. But now, let's push our, and especially Mr. E's luck, a little bit. You want to give me another piece, Mr. E? You're welcome. Because if he doesn't take, his position is very thankless and hopeless, being a piece down with 0 attack. Well, if he does take, well, then he's 2 pieces down. So I thought it was a win-win for me, either way. Still, time to go all chicken and stop. Knight takes f6 forever. Queen g3. Now I'm very confused. Which will lead to this very confused looking move. f4. So aggressive all of a sudden. But you know, he who seeks violence will find violence. Something. Hang on, let me just remember the position. I can take here, and that's threatening mate, no? Certainly hope so. Knight e5, that's check, but take. Now is another moment of truth. I think his queen is hanging. Even if it's not hanging, it doesn't matter because it would be a queen exchange, right? Looks like it was hanging. Mr. E scared me there with queen c4. Thanks for the game, sir. What's happening in that chat? Reading. Duda defeated Vidit. Poor Vidit. He lost the last 2. Looks like he was cruising through the tournament. Atlanta Gambit is saying, hello, Jan. Hello, Atlanta Gambit. Santi is saying, please play me. Sorry, you're not a premium member, Santi. Only against premiums. Even the blind guy. And I see some 3-minute challenges. Sorry, I can't accept those with being blinded. Too weak, too slow. Give me a tough guy though. Let's play the sniper chess. I need to win some writing. The sniper chess. And why not yours? Here we go. D4. Descend. C4. Takes my poor pawn. Is this line becoming more popular? I see quite a bit of this knight f6, bishop g4 business in Blitz games recently, which I never studied because I thought it's just supposed to be bad, so I never felt the urge to spend too much time on it. But maybe it's not as simple, or maybe it is, I'm not sure. I think this was one of the options, at least trying to give him like double pawns, but I honestly don't know any theory here, which is maybe not ideal. e4 threatens e5. If he goes e5, I have g4. Let's find out. One point is that now after bishop f3, I believe I can go queen f3. And hopefully emerge on top, because this pawn is no longer hanging after bishop b5. Takes goes e5, but d5. Aren't you asking for trouble, sir? Bunch of options now. dc, bishop c6, bishop a4, b5, and then the same choices. I think I'll go for the greediest possible option, even though b5, knight b5, maybe bishop b5, there's bishop b4 check. I'll lose the right to castle. Doesn't bother me enough, I think. The usual. Hope that I'm not blundering the house here. He doesn't even give the check, he just goes rook b8. Now I can castle, no? It's been a bit slow, once again. Time to speed up, but I did take 2 pawns, which is nice. And for simplicity's sake, I'll just take that guy too. Mr. Sniper is kicking and screaming. His position is pretty bad. Looking for sort of a clean solution here. Not sure what the cleanest is, to be honest. Probably not what I did. Nope, pretty certainly not what I did. I'm playing this really badly, actually. Okay, time to focus again. Rook, bishop c5. Position, and I'm complicating my life again. Queen d4, I'm not sure how good that is. Okay, no reason to get too too cute. Okay, I really have to speed up a little. Sorry for all the self-loathing, it's not an act, it's just unfortunately how my brain operates. I don't like it much either. What's wrong? Queen here. Why couldn't I click that? Yeah, he's threatening rook h3, but even blind Jan can spot such devious ideas. Endgame should be fairly hopeless for him. So clicking is not particularly simple, which annoys me a bit. What to do? Because every time I can't click something, I think, darn, I forgot the position, which is kind of unpleasant. Okay, I don't want to turn this into a whining competition. I should just focus. King f3, rook f6, but doesn't really matter, does it? Just wondering what the simplest way to handle this. But I also don't have a lot of time, so time to speed up a bit. I missed rook e3 check. Not the end of the world, but not great either. Run. So I want to get my king to b7 and somehow queen the a-pawn, but I hope I did not underestimate all his stupid pawns. Let's take some of them. F2, rook f4 doesn't look very scary, so I should probably bring his king. Then I'll start my own run. Looks, I hope it looks winning. I don't really have time to count, but I do have some far advanced pawns over there. Well, his H pawn should be a little too far behind. To be a factor. Where is the H pawn? It doesn't matter. I'm not sure if it's on H4 or H3, but it should be lost wherever it is. Sorry, my king. Oh, my king's on A8. Ugh. And sniper chess resigns some anxious moments there at the end. Oh yeah, thanks for the game. Sniper chess. Alright. Let us keep going and play against Youichi. 74. Youichi. Nur noch Youichi. F4. Alright. Whatever makes you happy, Youichi. B4, so creative. What is this, checkers? I will admit that it's not easy to play such stuff in Blindfold, because due to his, let's call it, extravagant setup, it's not a structure I or anybody is very used to playing, which makes it a little harder to visualize because the pawns being on all these random squares that early on. It's a bit special, but I'll try. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, Youichi, which of course it is, but it's just harder to picture, that's what I'm saying. So the knight went to a3, it's also run. See, I'm panicking already that my knight does not get taken here. But in Blindfold, if you don't trust yourself on where you think the pieces are, you have no chance anyway. So usually I just hope I have the position right, and if I don't that it will manifest itself by illegal moves like it was in the last game, which is easier to correct than hanging all your pieces. Knight on e5 looks like it's better than the knight on a3, which means try to exchange it or chase it away. I don't actually want to change the structure. Not sure this was good. Does go c5. Interesting, but I think bad. Sleepy One is asking, question from Twitch chat. How do you know if they promote to a knight or a queen? Honestly, I didn't think about it. I have no idea. That's a pretty good point. Okay, I shouldn't read too many questions while I'm playing. But yeah, I haven't thought about it. I think it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, I have no idea. Does it get shown somehow? Not sure. I want to find out. But yeah. No. I am worried about that exact scenario. I'm also a bit worried about this knight on d7, which is a bit of an idiot. Actually, my position should be good, but I don't really have a plan. Or the P word, shouldn't use that. But I don't really know what to do next, which maybe means my position is not as good as I thought. My bishop on g7 is a little dumb. I don't know. He wants to take in queen a6, some funky stuff. Nope, he wants to exchange stuff, which is also fair enough. Alright. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about any of this. Then again, I rarely am too thrilled. It's not a thing I often get accused of. And people usually don't have to tell me to curb my enthusiasm. Or to watch to curb my enthusiasm. So that's why I lose all my games. In regular Banter Blitz, I try to make these hilarious jokes. Looks like I took a pawn. He does have that stupid knight, so I should be in good shape. Where are my stupid rooks? E8 and F8 here. Guess I can find out if this is a legal move. If not, would have had to try some other squares, but it looks like. hang on. I can take stuff, no? So rook on d8, and we're, even if that was, oh no, even if that was I'm winning, but it's on f8. And Youichi resigns, so. Well, good. Thanks for the game. Youichi 74. Okay, I need to boost that rating a little bit. Where are my high-rated boys at? Bouncer boy is back. Bouncer. How about now? Here we go again. Focus, Jan. Good old Slav. You know what, Bouncer? Just for you. Let's play a little changer le... I don't know what pawn means. Changer le fou. G4 looks risky. I'm not sure if there's some theory takes D4 or something, but it does look risky. The exchange Slav I do consider a very serious opening. I always have to some extent. The problem is more like psychological. If you play it and then you make a draw, then people normally mock you for playing the exchange Slav. But recently we've even seen quite some theoretical questions being asked and a lot of victims in the first like 12-50 moves. So the exchange Slav is very tricky if you don't know exactly what you're doing. And I've always been a fan. E3, E6 here, for example. Feels like I should be able to ask some questions already. Queen here or queen a4. Try queen here. This position looks familiar maybe with the rook on a1 because he lost the tempo. So with the rook on c1 it should be even better. Sorry. Trying to figure out if he goes knight here. Yeah, I'll give the check for sure. But after b5, usually some knight takes b5 wins. But how exactly? I was just trying to think through. But I think I'll just do it and then think. Usually these things are just winning. So king e7, I have queen b4 for example, or queen a3. He would have to play queen d6 and then either knight g6 or knight c6. Does look winning. Let me just verify. Queen b4. Queen d6, knight c6, knight 6, queen d6 is made. Yeah, I don't see anything. That's what I mean about the exchange Slav. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, you can end up in trouble very, very quickly. Now just the right finish. Rook c7 is also kind of tempting. But if I'm not going nuts, knight c6 just wins on this spot. There's always the risk that I might be going nuts. Or knight g6, maybe that's even better. Okay, focus. King, knight g6, king d8, bishop d6. It's also completely winning. Yeah, I don't know. I guess everything wins. So I'll go with this. Apologies if I missed mate in 2. Maybe rook c7 or something was mate in 2. Just trying to be safe here. And Bouncer does resign. Thanks for the game, Mr. Bouncer. And yeah, exchange Slav. It's not an easy opening, as mentioned. Alright, that was nice. Let's play more. Maybe our French friend, Kimat. Kimat, how are you? Kimat, are you there? He goes e4. Stick to e5, sorry. I'm even more boring in Blindfold than in regular banter blitz. I'm just trying to stick to the positions. Kind of know. This is one of them. Good old e4, e5 mainline stuff. Little blind marshal. That's what they used to call me in the army. Because of my shooting skills. Oof, not sure if Marshall is the greatest blindfold opening. But, you know, once in a while. You gotta let your Marshall flag fly. Let's Guerino it up. What was your point again, Anish? I forgot already. That's the memory I was blessed with. Probably wasn't Queen F5, no? It wasn't Knight D2. Can't remember, so I'll just freestyle. Queen G6 I could play now. Oh, no, maybe I'll go here. Rook H4 I can't take. Can I take? Is this the position where they go Knight G4? Why can't I take? Bishop C2. Even when I play the Marshal, if I see a pawn and I'm not sure why I can't take it, I'm very tempted to take it. Ah, Rook D4. Ah, that's the pawn. Because this looks like a theoretical position, but I am confused. But I think this is the position where I go here. Right? Oof, almost blundered a piece there. Ugh. Okay, I have to focus. The problem with the Marshal is similar to this one F4 game I had before. That the positions, they are not very standard, like this random rook on H4 and pieces are all over the place. So it's a bit harder to maintain the mental picture. Because the reason grandmasters can sort of play blindfold is pattern recognition. Like you think of the pieces like blocks, and you only have to remember the small changes. And the fewer normal patterns there are, like rooks on H4 and no pawns for me in the center, my knight on G4, the harder it is to remember these positions. Like, I still know where everything is, and it's a theoretical position. I think I covered this very thing in my Chessable series. I'm just saying to keep stuff in mind. It's easier if it's like a fixed structure, like whatever, the exchange Slav last game, where you kind of know where everything is supposed to be. Well, here, freaking rook on H3. Yeah, I'll just take that rook to make remembering where stuff goes a little easier. Looks good, no? The rook is under attack. I thought if he goes here, I would check. Ugh, this is another one of those moments where I'm a bit worried about blundering the house, but gotta trust myself that I can take here now. I have a Feeling it was Kimat who blundered the house, not me. I should just win every game in 15 moves and I don't have to remember where stuff is for so long. Thanks for the game, Mr. Kimat. Can I blindfold analyze? No, I don't know. Because I see, I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I see a score sheet, not with the notation, but where what move was. But if I click on it, no, this sounds like I'm cheating. I should clarify. I see 1 till 22, so I can see 22 moves were made, and I see how much time was spent for every move. But it only says ... 294 seconds, so I can't like read what moves were played. That would be too easy. Anyway, thanks for the game, Mr. Kimat. So let's play one more, if we have one more. What time is it, by the way? Ah, yeah, still have time. So I think I have a German show, 7 p.m. Let's play our boy, Mr. Normal Name. Mr. Normal Name goes d4. I will bring the horsey out. He goes c4. Ugh, I can't play kings in it. But Grunfeld blindfold. Ooh, risky too. A lot of whining here. Is this aligned? c5, obviously. It's a much bigger move. Looks like Mr. Theo is not the slightest bit surprised by any of the nonsense that I'm doing. I'm not sure if this is sound, but Maxime always puts his knight on a5 at the edge of the board, and he's, people say, the biggest Grunfeld expert in the world. So how bad can it be? This is one of these structures where in the old days a computer would always yell like +1 and say c4 and white as a pass pawn is winning. But it's not so easy to play those with white. You go b6, knight b7, knight d6. And I always, struggle to find a plan. Could be that white is better, but it's not so clear to me. And I think modern computers also do no longer give these outrageous pluses here. Looks like Normalski is taking his time. And he does play c4, fair enough. Maybe I'll hint at bishop a6, putting pressure on this guy, but it's not a priority. No, actually I think I want my bishop on c8 to support f5 later, so just regroup the horsey, or on d7. See, this is what I meant. If the structure is defined, they're a bit easier to play. Here I know what the structure is in the center, and I only have to keep track of where the pieces are. This is much easier than what we had in the game before, where stuff was randomly all over the place. Here I kind of know I can cruise and go knight d6, queen e7, rook a8, f5, and see what happens. Doesn't mean I'll always make great moves, but it is easier to keep in mind. a4, do you go a5 here or not? Not sure. I will, but I might regret it, because obviously it creates a weakness on b6. Knight b5 I wasn't too concerned about, because no matter how he recaptures now after a5, I get a nice little pass pawn, and also my weakness on b6 disappears, so I think knight b5 is not ideal strategically. This looks like a very nice position for me. H6. We can exchange those. I do not mind, sir. I have to be a little careful. Some queen c3, f4. Well, Super Grandmaster would say I forgot, but I just missed it. I do think I have queen g6 and then e4. I'm not sure how great that is. Do I have anything better? Rook e7. Takes. Maybe that's a better practical choice. Even though I'm stuck in this pin forever. No, I don't like it. So now I could also go ef. I did not play this perfectly, to put it mildly, because now it's going to be much harder to make progress. I'm still okay for sure, but I'm not quite sure what goes where now. King out of the way first, then double the rooks, then try to get something done over here. But yeah, I'm not sure. Guess I should exchange queens. Whew, Theo gave you a chance there. Even though it's still pleasant for me. I do have these two passed pawns. And if he exchanges queens, I can go like rook c7, c4 and hope to infiltrate there. Queen e5, another move I missed. Ugh. Maybe I should stop missing all these moves. Okay. Not exactly. Time to panic. Just annoying. Yeah, he's gotten way more activity than I should have allowed. Rook e2, he wants rook e3, rook g3. So what should I do about that? Knight c4, can I do that? I think I can. I'm always so afraid this will hang a rook or something, but I don't see it. Because I want the ending, but obviously not the version where he has these two passes. This one I'm very happy with. Thought he would try that because king f5, his bishop g4 check, but there's no reason for me at all to recapture. Now I can just go c4, c3, rook c4, and it looks winning actually. Threatening a little knight fork. Yeah, it's fairly hopeless for him. Here comes the knight again. I did forget about that pawn, but it should be too little too late, no? Still annoying. Knight b3, d7, knight c1, dc, knight d3. Now that's way too complicated. Just get out the way. Let the king handle it. He's putting up some good resistance, but the position remains fairly sad, of course. Gotta figure out how to get the job done here, which is not my specialty. The position is so good that even I should manage. And he loses on time, but knight f3 and rook f2 checkmate was also looming large. Thanks for the game, Mr. Normal Name. Yeah, I think he misunderstood the structure a bit after that. Put up a great fight. That was tough. All right. Everything under control. I'm looking at the chat again. No trouble yet. All right. Oops. Now I switched the language instead of accepting a challenge. Jeu déjà annulé. Ah, merci. Oof, more tough guys, but I gotta play all the tough guys to get the rating up. Then, since I don't want anybody to feel excluded, I'll play this game against Slaven and then I'll choose a lower rated game. A lower rated opponent, guy or girl, for the next one. And if I don't win the race against Laurent, I will use that as an excuse. That, you know, I was being more inclusive while you only played all these toughest. That's the plan. As for now, let's focus on Mr. Slaven Zivkovic. Good old Italian. I will stick to my strategy, which I think I had in the last Blindfold, show that in the Italian, if possible, try to push the pawn to d5. Open the game up a little. Don't just play these d6 positions where the structure is too fluid to keep in mind. Bishop b3 should allow me to play d5. Looking at the chat, Spielmacher saying Jan plays better blind. It forces me to focus. I think that I play better would be a stretch, but I certainly am way more focused than during the normal banter blitzes, which is a choice. Like, I prefer talking nonsense during regular banter blitzes instead of being super focused. But yeah, can't get away with that during Blindfold. Here I have a nice position already, no? DE and bishop a6. It's very nice. Don't try this at home, kids. You're welcome to take my a4 pawn, sir. Wow, he does take. I thought my e4 and I'd win. Let's find out. Isn't f2 hanging? I'm confused. I'm Blindfold here. But it's hanging, right? He hasn't castled yet. No, my bishop on a6, he can't have castled. Ugh. So much panic. Slaven. That didn't go well. Let me give a little check. Just a little check. This is mate, right? Be embarrassing if it was. I think it is. Yup. Thanks for the game, Slaven Zivkovic. That went well. Now, where my slightly lower rated boys at? Or girls? 5-0 challenges, please. Let's play Jakey. Jakey. Jake F. Oof. The Dutch. Sorry, Jake. I'm gonna have to be violent because you provoked me by playing F5. Not sure if Queen E2 or Queen C2. There was a lot to be said for Queen C2 to target H7 too. Because I know Jakey, he wants to castle queenside. So do I. Let's exchange this guy and then make you suffer, Mr. Jake. Jake LaMotta. The F stands for LaMotta. Sorry for the weird sounds. G5 I'm not a fan of. I think you played perfectly reasonable moves after your mistake on move 1, Jake, but G5, it's once again weakening. Still, I don't know what I'm doing here. So, if in doubt, just move the pieces around aimlessly and hope for Jake to blunder. My chess method. Yeah, Jake is playing pretty sensible moves, which makes me a little sad, Jake, not gonna lie. Well, yeah, I did do this move around aimlessly as advertised. Now he's ready to play E5. Well, I don't know what to do about it. Jakey, Jakey, Jakey. So E5, DE, knight E5, rook E3, knight F3, rook E8 is my master plan. Yeah, he keeps playing very well. What more can I say? Yep, that's what you get for choosing a lower rated opponent. What you get is nothing. Hang on, is the pawn hanging? No, not h6. Queen f2, I guess I don't want. I should also make a luft at some point. Just before I forget. Now I'm confused. I think I involuntarily did that pre-move thing. So it was HG, Queen e6. Yeah. Pin. Pin didn't help. Time to get my pieces a little closer to your highness. Here. Whoa. Did not see that. Could be good too. Oh no, I don't want to calculate BC. I guess it's just a draw. So I'll hope for the best here. Hey, what a struggle against Jake. I hope I'll checkmate him. Jakey. Oof. Checkmating Jan, unfortunately, not the strongest Jan. Should be checkmate in like 2 moves, but where? It's a bit embarrassing. I can't see this. Shouldn't lose on time while staring at this. I'm sure I missed like something very trivial. Or hang on, while I'm whining about it, maybe I'm still missing something very trivial. I just can't see a mate. I don't want to gamble, so I'll take this. Jake is relentless, but I did take one of his horse thingies. Oh no, it was a bishop thingy. Yeah. Okay, let's get this over with. Because frankly, I forgot where his king is. But he just moved it to b7. But I was in flagging mode. Thanks for the game, Jake F. That was way tougher than I had hoped. Alright, what time is it? Now we're almost 90 minutes in. So I'll just try to squeeze one last game in there. Very quickly. Then call it a day. Monty 24. Where are you, Mr. Monty? I'm checking the chat. I'm reading engine use against the Blindfold player. No, I don't think Jake used the engine. I think he played a good game, but it didn't feel engine-y at all. So, no, that's... Sorry if I implied that. I really didn't mean to. I just think he played well. Anyway, moving on to Monty 24. The thing is, I'm used to playing Blindfold, but usually it's by saying the moves, either to someone else or you get... Yeah, usually to someone else, or you get told the moves. This clicking on squares and then remembering that is a different visual process, which I'm not sure if it's easier or tougher or anything, but it's a little... feels a little different, because once you say the move and you get told the move, it's somehow, for me, it sticks in my mind. Well, here, maybe it's also the talking at the same time. There's H3, H6 inclusion. It registers a little differently. Not sure what I'm trying to say. It's just, yeah, takes a little getting used to. Monty is playing the good old eternal Italian scheme, knight f1, bishop e3. Which unfortunately is very hard to get an advantage against, no matter how hard you try, because it is fairly sound. Which obviously black shouldn't have an advantage after the first 6 moves, or the first 10 moves, or 13 moves. Just sometimes I get frustrated, not too frustrated, but a little frustrated, that they can play that stupid scheme, and it's a little hard to mix it. This is a fairly standard maneuver to bishop c5 and back to f8, just to keep your king side safe once white decides on this knight g3 business. Yeah, nothing crazy has happened yet. Could argue the a6 pawn is a little weak, but I've seen weaker pawns. What's that? Bishop d2? That's a strange move. Not sure if king h7 is needed. It's sort of a reflex. Once I see this knight on f5, I always want to go king h7 to have the option to play g6. But not exactly necessary or anything. a5 is a bit random. Didn't want him to fix me by playing b4. Monty is still working on checkmating me on the king side. He's dreaming of some rook g1, g5, knight sacrifice left and right. But I do not think that's too realistic. Maybe, in order to show him it's not so realistic, I will simplify a little bit. guess I'm slightly better. Maybe I'm overestimating it. Maybe it's enough play with g5 or something. But it feels like Monty has to be a little careful here. Because potentially his pawns could be somewhat vulnerable. He has weakened his king side a little bit, so I would say there are some grounds for optimism. Although I might blunder all my pieces any moment, of course. Like here. My bishop is on f8, what am I doing? That's the some pressure. Knight f1. Time to open things up a little over here. Hoping to show these dudes could be a little weak in the distant future. Okay, one is allowed. No longer too concerned about safeguarding the king side. So I'll make a fake active move. Well, I've been playing quickly as well in this game, which is kind of important. Just so I don't have to worry about knight g5 check. Being a pawn down is not very high on my list of concerns. There's always g5 and I can take this eventually. Now I wanted to take, so I have a check on f4. I'm not sure if it wants to go f takes e. No, it doesn't, but then I get this square. Still trying my best to put some pressure on Monsieur Monty. Did I call you Jake earlier, Monty? I'm still thinking about that last game against Jake, so apologies if I called you Jake. CB. Not sure if I should go knight b4. What does he want? I want rook e1, yeah? I don't want rook e1. I have to do something. I hope this works out. My plan is b5 or ba or whatever. Then rook a3, king g4, and I haven't seen any mate or anything. I was just hoping something good would happen to me. Doesn't allow that, but now I can at least recapture a piece, and maybe I can leave the rooks on the board after rook e1. Even though I'm still not so sure if this rook e1, rook h3, king g4 construction will reward me. Knight c4 looks very optimistic. He's not afraid of my lethal attacking skills. That's a risky approach, sir. Jaque mate, Monty24. Thank you so much for the game. And that brings us to the end of today's little program. Thanks for watching. What's happening in the chat? Some debate here. And Jake F is saying I'm 2150 in real chess here. I played only 7 games. That's why I'm 1600. Yeah, I had that feeling because Jake played excellently for a 1600 player. And yeah, as mentioned, it did not feel like a computer at all. So I did not mean to hint at that. Anyway, we're done for today. Thank you everyone for hanging out on the chat, for letting me know what's wrong. Apologies for the, at this point, kind of usual teething problems in game number 1. Complex operation here with 2 different browsers, and I have to hide my little XSplit programs because obviously I shouldn't be able to see the board anywhere. So that can always, be something wrong in the first game while I'm doing it alone. But I think it worked pretty well overall. As for my level of play, I think it was okay again. I was annoyed about this game I lost early on against Peppy Nikki. Not so much that I lost sight of the position, sight quote unquote, but I just played very badly, like early on. That wasn't great, but what can you do? I'm afraid it won't be enough to keep Monsieur Laurent's pace. I'm only at, what is it, 2,563. Probably not enough, but what can you do? Thanks for playing. If you don't have enough of playing me, I have another show in like half an hour in the lovely language that is German. Das ist richtig, Geschwätzblitz 19 Uhr. Schaut vorbei, where I will play with full sight of the board, which means I will talk about everything but chess and be much weaker than in Blindfold. Other than that, of course, on Monday, it's the Chess 24 anniversary, where we have a pretty cool lineup of 18 hours non-stop banter blitzing, featuring the likes of Peter Svidler, of Gatakamsky, the legend, some fresh US faces, I think Sam Shankland, Alex Landerman giving their debuts, and then, you know, the usual guys as well. I'll be here. I'll start proceedings off at 11 a.m. Laurent will be there. Hammer. We have 2 Norwegian kids visiting the studio. They have their show, and so on and so forth. So there will be a lot of action on Monday, the 24th. And if you're not the Banter Blitz type, if you're the studying type, then on Monday we might also have a big release. So check that all out. Thanks for watching today. See ya on Monday or in 20 minutes. Oh, I should also mention that our friends from Play Magnus, they're launching a new version of their Tactics Frenzy, I think, on Android. Well, check that out. I have tested it. It's great fun. And I will have to improve my tactical skills a little bit. So have a look at that as well. See you in 20 minutes or on Monday or whenever you feel like. That's the beauty. This is like a swinger club. You can participate, you don't have to. And on that notion,